here we go. Welcome to Game Over Here, the video game podcast created by gamers for gamers, with your host, Leon.
Dave, hi!
Stag beat himself.
Oh, yeah. So, just back for the three of us again this week, and we are going to be hitting up some Defiance while we kind of talk about... This is your game, Dave, so...
It is. It's the game that I was getting really excited about. I'm giving lots of information last week before. Yes, week before. And then all that information I gave out, I found out was wrong. So basically, as per usual, I was making shit up.
Yeah, you're good at that, mate.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. But it's still a good game. But, I think it's a good game. But Leon is going to go and find out for himself how good the game is.
That's right, and Mike is just going to be a mere observer. But unfortunately, you can't actually see my screen. So you're not going to see anything, Mike. It's going to be...
Mike is going to be our Jimmy.
So, you know what, I'll just quickly switch over to the streaming kind of video here. So you can kind of...
Watch it from that.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you could switch it. Well, but it'll be like a delay kind of thing.
I'm always in a delayed world.
Watch out for that thing, or you're already dead.
Oh, shit. Wow, you guys are really loud. Let's get that down. Cool. Hopefully I didn't blow people's ears for a second there.
I always like, wait a minute. No, I'm not going to say that. That sounds dodgy.
So, I'm currently here trying to create a character, Dave. So, what should I be? Should I be a veteran, a survivalist, or an outlaw, or a machinist?
Outlaw.
Outlaw. Okay, done.
There you go. To be fair, it doesn't really make a massive amount of difference in the long run. It all determines on sort of what your starting off character is going to be like. So the veteran is mainly your pretty tooty, point and shooty, raw, I'm a macho soldier, gunman type. Survivalist is sneaky, snipery type. The outlaw is, I don't know, and the machinist is, I'm not sure either, because I've not tried those two. But go with one of the...
Well, I'm just hitting things at random and see what's coming up. I just need to bring back the game audio as well now. So.
But ideally, you start off with a pistol and then a different weapon, depending on which class you picked. But as you go on and you unlock and level up, eventually you'll be able to unlock all the things. So your class doesn't really matter at the end of the game.
Oh, okay then. Well, that's all right. Okay.
But not that we're going to get that far.
My character is creating now, and it is going into the game. So,
excellent. I am Baxter McGuffin, soldier extraordinaire.
Well, I mean, just on the game. I mean, obviously you said that you've been kind of playing it recently. Kind of on Xbox though. Obviously, you're playing on PC today.
Yes, I'm in awe of the shiny graphics. I'm like, oh my god, it actually looks like this. Things. Determining between the trees and the ground and the sky. But yes, I have been playing it recently. I've been going through mainly the story mission. So far, we've got various alien tech which has been stolen by us by a variety of different ne'er-do-wells and general hoodlums. So the majority of the time you go off kicking ass and shooting people and getting your various bits of tech back. And as you go through, you sort of follow the map down. So we're about to head into San Francisco, major, like the big city bit.
This is the one with like a tied-in like TV show, right?
Yeah. We've not actually yet been to anything that's in the TV show, like the town of Defiance or anything. I think this is more of a sort of, it's in the same universe.
Right, okay.
There's sort of nods to various characters that are in the TV show, but purely for fan base, which I like. I like that it's more of a sort of a nod to rather than a direct sort of bit, because then you sort of run out of ideas quite quickly if it's just a straight copy.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so, okay, I'm in the game. I have arrived in the game. I've got a recovery mission right in front of me.
Excellent.
I've got to do. M brings up the map, so let's have a look at the map. So pretty small little map, this little bit here. But I'm sure that's going to expand by a bit, right?
Oh yes, it does get quite big, and it's nice because each area does look a little bit different. So I mean, it's all very apocalyptic style, but at least they do well to sort of differentiate between sort of a rundown city or town, or the wastelands or whatever. It's not quite as varied as here is a forest, here is an ice palace, like Zelda style, but
Okay.
it's pretty good nonetheless. Okay, so the first question is you gotta go speak to Ego.
That's right. I'm on my way to Ego now.
He's a maniac.
Got to do some jumping. Because I swear it's better than the left shift. No, I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh, hello. There's something here. Oh. Oh my god. I'm shooting things. Chain kill. Mother trucker. So, I mean, what else have you been playing, Dave? Because obviously we'll get more into Defiance later on as we going along.
Indeed. What else have I been playing? Well, I have been playing many games. All of 3 games, in fact.
I've only been playing one, so you're ahead of me there.
Yeah. I felt that last week I was dying and sick, and really wasn't in any mood to be playing multiplayer games or puzzle games or anything that required thinking. So I fancied a game that was just straight up, no nonsense, ball to the wall, hack and slash nonsense. So I picked up Defiance, not Defiance. As you can see, my brain is still yet to function. Darksiders, also beginning with D.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough. I can see where you got confused now.
Which one was it? Darksiders 1 or 2?
1. I went shopping for a headset for when playing Defiance, and while I was in the shop, I saw that Darksiders 1 was on sale for like €2, so I couldn't say no to that.
Really good game.
So I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. I had played it before. I played a demo of it before, and I tried playing it. I borrowed it off a friend.
Okay.
Never really got very far into it past maybe the first dungeon. It's basically Metal Zelda. As in, Zelda all grown up and hardcore. Because it's effectively the same sort of gameplay style, is that you're running around, you have to find a key, which will then allow you into a dungeon. And then when you're in a dungeon, you have to find the big boss key, which will allow you to fight the boss. And while you're in the dungeon, you pick up a new skill ability, which will allow you to get further in the overground area to the next dungeon. Rinse and repeat. Rescue the princess. Everyone goes home happy.
The storyline's quite good in it as well. Heaven and hell and whatnot.
Absolutely. You like a good battle between heaven and hell. Obviously, I'm now quite far into the game, so all the twists and turns have been revealed, and oh my god, they didn't do that, did they? Well, the CAD moments that have always been in those sort of games. I think I'm at the point now where I need to go face the final boss. So that obviously means that I now have a ridiculous amount of grinding to do, because it's like Devil May Cry in the sense that you use souls to upgrade your weapons, but the cost of upgrade gets stupidly expensive.
Yeah, but doesn't any of those kind of games do that though? So you
Yeah,
have to grind like fuck or something.
It's a shame that's one of the THQ games that, it's a shame THQ isn't around anymore, because there were some really good titles.
Yeah, they've done quite well. Other titles
didn't a lot of people buy THQ stuff as such? Because I'm sure there is still some kind of THQ about. As in the intellectual properties that they had.
I think they bought a couple of them, but there's a lot of them that didn't get picked up. So Darksiders never got picked up.
Oh, did it not?
There was going to be Darksiders 3.
Because they did well as well, I thought, but maybe they didn't.
It did. I think it was the one that they were trying to rest saving the company on.
Oh,
right.
The
second one didn't do as well as they'd wanted, but it still did well. And then, what other ones did they have? Dawn of War, was that THQ?
I believe so, yes.
Obviously, that's got picked up
now,
but that's because the property of this Games Workshop, really. So then, what else did they have? I think they had a lot of the wrestling games at one point.
Company of Heroes, WWE SmackDown, Red Faction was them.
Oh, fuck,
Saints
Red
Row.
Faction. Oh, my God. Does that mean that we're probably going to lose Red Faction forever now as well?
Possibly. Saints Row was them originally.
Yeah, Saints Row.
That's
Titan
gotta be
Quest,
picked up, though.
which was a Diablo meets Greek mythology game, which I've played, which is really good. But sadly, we'll probably never see that again. Homefront was them. Not to be confused with Homefront, the TV series. This was the game version of it. Metro 2033 was them. Supreme Commander.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Supreme Commander. That is like an amazing RTS as well.
Yep. Summoner, back in the day, PlayStation game, very cool. It was like Pokemon meets RPG type thing, which is very cool. Yeah, there was lots of them.
Okay, that
Few
works.
smaller games there, sort of a bit more indie style stuff. They've done a lot.
They did. I mean, they were, you know, that company was going for a fucking age, man.
I saw what did I see the other day that got me excited? Apparently, the next games are gold. You know that Power Rangers game, the new one, the
No way,
cartoon?
really? Is that going to be it?
Apparently, that's one of them. I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but I saw it in about 5 different sources.
Oh.
Yeah?
So that'd be really good if it is.
Why can't I? This is really weird.
Slap him in the face.
I can't, like, my mouse isn't working right now, like, properly. Oh, there we go.
None
Now
of
it
your
is.
stuff seems to be working.
I know,
right
I know.
now.
I'm having some weird glitches today, but it's fine now. It's just sort of picked up again. What's the melee?
Oh, I see you.
Yeah, I can see you as well. Because I think I'm meant to be meleeing. Because it says, like, I need to attack the projection from behind.
You need to attack from behind, eh?
That's what it
Always
says.
useful.
Oh, okay. It's just a shooting thing. Okay, I just was being a knob. Oh, whoops.
Okay, I've sent you a friend request.
Okay, cool. I will set that in a bit. Is there anything else you've been playing other than Darksiders and Defiance, obviously?
Darksiders, Defiance, and another game, Outland. Yes, I revisited that again after the briefest of brief playing it. I literally played through like the first 3 screens and went, this seems nice. Put it down. I thought, no, you know what? I'm actually going to give it a proper crack. Played that up to the second boss now. It's hard. It gets hard very quickly. It's a bullet time game, but platformer.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know how bullet hell games are, which are just full of
Bullets.
nastiness. Well, the way it works is you are a dude. The end of times has happened. The moon goddess is there. She controls light and dark. And the old man is telling you the story of how the hero came and kicked the moon goddess's ass. And you decide that you're going to do this as well because, you know what, why the hell not? So, 1 second, let me just kill my phone. So as you go yourself as normal dude, then you get the power of light, which allows you to be protected from the light stuff. And then you get the power of dark, which protects you from the dark stuff. Then the game decides to do light and dark at the same time on screen, all of the bullets. And you have to try and dodge between it while jumping on platforms, while switching between the two, while attacking enemies. You can only kill enemies that are opposite to the thing that you're in. So it can get quite a bit of a head quite quickly.
Yeah, I bet.
But it is great fun. It's basically Metroidvania, bullet hell, fun and games.
I'm just looking at the ego menu kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
Ego grid. Sorry.
Ego Grid is basically a sort of a Final Fantasy thing of just all the skills that you could ever possibly need or want and more.
Okay, have I? Yeah, cool. I think I've used my unit. There we go. Cool.
Well, what have you been playing?
For me, I have literally been balls deep in Halo Wars Definitive Edition, the early access, because I spent, I did kind of say about this on the last podcast, I spent a ridiculous amount of money to get the Ultimate Edition of Halo Wars 2, and because I bought that, you get Halo Wars Definitive Edition with the game. But they're doing an early access at the moment for Halo Wars Definitive Edition, and that is what I've been playing. And I tell you what, I have got back into that game like anything. I am loving playing that game again. For those that don't know, it came out on the Xbox 360 quite a while ago now, and it was an RTS game, but it was with a controller, so it's very weird in general. But it actually really did work. They did a really good job with it. And now luckily I can play it on PC because that's the lovely thing with Definitive Edition. In fact, with just buying Halo Wars now, is that I could technically play it on an Xbox One or a PC if I wanted to, because of Xbox Play Anywhere, which is fucking awesome. But I don't have an Xbox One yet, so it doesn't matter too much for me at the moment. But still, very hyped for the new Halo Wars 2. Which they've actually got a beta coming up for the new Blitz mode, which is going to be within the game, which is actually to do with instead of like building units and stuff, you're like laying down cards, kind of thing. So I think you can like build decks and everything. And
Nice.
depending on sort of, I think you draw cards in some sense to be able to sort of say what kind of units you're going to have out there, which I think is quite sort of an interesting way of doing things. So I'll be interested to see how that works. But it's running from, I think it's the 20th to the 30th, if I remember rightly. And it's free if you've got a PC. I think you need to be on Windows 10 possibly on that level, and free to do this beta on Xbox One as well. So definitely recommend people trying it. Obviously, I haven't played any Halo Wars 2 yet, so I'm very interested in checking it out as well.
Nice.
But on the Halo Wars front, like I have just been playing skirmish battles like mad. To be able to kind of get my my skills back up, to sort of remember how to play the game and everything, because it does take a little bit of getting used to, because there is 6 different leaders that you can be, 3 UNSC, so that's the human guys, and 3 Covenant leaders. Now, back in the day, I used to just play Covenant leaders all the time. I was always Brute Chieftain, and I used to fuck shit up all day long. But this time round, I've totally gone on the UNSC route. I've been just being Sergeant Forge, which he has sort of like has a few little special things that the others don't. Obviously, like the leaders for the others as well. They all got their own little sort of special abilities. With the Covenant kind of guys, you get to have a hero out. Which is pretty. So you get to have your leader out. Where with like the UNSC guys, you don't have your leader out as such, but you have like additional leader powers. You can like call down like a disruption bomb. So like if like a Covenant leader's coming up against you, you can stop them from using their powers against you. You can also do like healing as such from the air.
Nice. So it's almost like a sort of a commander style.
Oh yeah, it's like a proper RTS game, this Halo Wars.
That's awesome.
I honestly, this game is so good. If it wasn't so much money, I'd say, guys, pick it up. I'd say maybe wait until it comes down.
How much money are we talking?
I spent, I think it was like 60, 70 quid, something like that, just so that I could get the game early. Which is sad. So honestly, just wait, because the only way that you're going to be able to get Definitive Edition is that you need to buy the Ultimate Edition of Halo Wars 2. So it's the only way to get it. My main gripes at the moment with the Halo Wars is the way they've done the matchmaking. There is no matchmaking. What it is that
that's a bit unfortunate.
It's a server browser kind of thing, so you kind of select what you want to do. So let's just say I want to do a 1v1 deathmatch or something. then you're basically then queued up there on the server browser, and if anyone wants to like join you, they can, kind of thing. That's how it works, and I think that's a really bad way of doing things. And I think that's the way it's going to be, like going forward in some sense with this definitive edition. However, I think on Halo Wars 2, there's actually going to be matchmaking. So I'm like, well, why did you make that decision, you idiots? Because like in the original Halo Wars on Xbox 360, there was the matchmaking, anything like a proper leaderboard and everything. You know, I mean, at one point for Brute Chieftain, I was in the top 300. So like, so there used to be, there used to be like, you know, a proper thing to it, but it's just not there for Definitive Edition. I suppose maybe that they're trying to go more like, oh well, you know, we want you to play Halo Wars 2. Really, Halo Wars is just for your little nostalgia. I don't know, but I mean, Halo Wars 2 is hotting up to be a big game anyway. It's coming out next month. I think it's sort of mid-Feb, if I remember rightly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out the beta and actually seeing on how this game's going to be. But obviously, it's only this Blitz card mode that they're betaing for this, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, see, anything to do with cards, I'm like all over.
Oh yeah, I bet you are.
Cards, you say? Count me in.
So yeah, I mean that's Halo Wars anyway. I mean, Mike, man, what's been going on with you, dude?
I picked Deadpool back up.
Oh yeah.
And through that again. It's pretty good. It's fun. I wouldn't say the game's anything amazing. It's fun. It's probably the best way to put it, but it's funny.
What sort of style of game is it?
Hack and slashy sort of shooter combo game. But I mean, pretty much I'm just playing through it because the comedy factor of it is quite funny. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking and sort of the boss fights are usually quite funny as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Like he kind of goes into like little dream sequences and stuff, and weird shit happens. But no, it's pretty good. I'd recommend it. I mean, if you can get it cheap enough, I'd recommend it just for. But I don't think there's that much gameplay in it. I'm pretty much through it, and I only think I've put a few out, like 6 hours into it or something like that. So it's not a massively long game. I'm sure there are leaderboards or there's points scored for doing things and so on, but I haven't really been focusing that much on that.
Yeah.
And then UFC and throwing my controller at the fucking floor, getting pissed off because I've gotten to the point where now I am in the top, don't know, and everyone that plays a lot, and I can probably beat them the first time or once I've worked them out, but if they work me out, I'm fucked. Can't do shit. So I go on runs. I'm just about to start another character, and let's see. I want to try and do. I've never been able to do 50 wins without losing one in a row, so I'm going to try and do that. The only way I can do it is if I, create a character and start from the bottom. If I try and do it at the level I'm at, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
There's a few achievements that I didn't realise I hadn't ever picked up, so I've been slowly going through that. So I need to play with every single character in the game online, which isn't that difficult, but it's time-consuming and annoying because, I think I might have to win with every single one of them because some of the characters are shit.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world. But no, apart from that, some Hearthstone. Been trying to work out the new deck systems and stuff, and trying to work out which ones I like without being too OP.
So this new deck systems? What's been going on?
Just like the from the expansion stuff.
Oh, has there been another expansion recently?
Yeah, so there was the gadgets and gnomes and whatever. So it's completely changed the game in a lot of ways because there's now cards that buff the cards that are in your hand.
Okay.
There's cards that create Jade Golem deck, which is for every Jade Golem, the next one becomes 1/1 stronger. So when you call the first one, it's nothing, but then when you call the second one, it's a 2/2, and then a 3/3, and then a 4/4. So if your deck's something that can continuously pull them out, you're getting to the point where every single one that you pull out is like a 6/6 or a 7/7.
Oh wow!
So, yeah,
you get massively out of control.
Yeah,
and you never run out of cards.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got certain decks that, especially like the Druid one, where you can get whatever his name is, that means you get both effects, and there's certain cards that will mean you put 3 more of that card in your deck, or you draw a Jade Golem. Well, hold on, you're just adding 3 of them and a Jade Golem, so there's a lot of like combination stuff. So it's getting used to sort of what works against them. I've been playing with like a Murloc deck that's been a bit of fun. But I wouldn't say it's that competitive, really. The problem was I burnt a lot of my... I had loads of dust, and I burnt it all on stupid cards at one point.
Yeah.
And now, actually, I could use that stuff to actually make some... I'm not going to buy any packs. But I opened... God knows how many. I think it was about 87 packs in total of new ones and old packs, just from arenas and stuff like that. Because I've just been saving them. And didn't pull shit. Like,
really?
I've got like 1 legendary, and it was a duplicate, so I got the dust for it, but didn't pull shit from it, which kind of pissed me off. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm off this week, so tomorrow I've got a few bits to do, and then I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to create a couple of decks and play with them and see what ones I like. I don't really want to do a Jade Golem deck. I just think they're too overpowered. And I also will refuse to make a Warrior Charge deck because it's fucking the most pointless fucking gay crap in the world.
Yeah.
It's just like the old Hunter, really. It's just face and just go. And I don't really enjoy it that much for that. If I wanted to get to like rank 1 or Legend or whatever, I could probably do it with that deck, but it's not that much fun. I prefer like slowly outwitting someone rather than just the cards beat you sort of thing. Apart from that, what else did I play? I played a board game.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think we've really spoken since Christmas. Oh
yeah, because you weren't on the last show now.
I got my brothers some games. So I got Epic Spell Wars for my brothers, which is really fun. Pretty much what happens is you pick 8 cards, and a card can either have... I can't remember what they are. It's the beginning, the middle, and the end of a card. Alright? I can't remember like what parts the power and parts that I don't remember, but it's the beginning, the middle, and end of a spell. And the more they have like different totems, so they can be a dark spell or a nature spell or whatever, and the more things that match in the spell and the bigger it is, the more powerful that spell becomes against the other people. And the goal is you all start with 20 health, and you've got to kill everyone and be the last wizard surviving, and then you play first person to win 2 games. And the quicker you die, you get things called dead wizard cards, so you actually get stronger for the next round. But it is so much RNG involved in it as well, because it's like dependent on, lots of them are like your strongest foe or your weakest foe, so it depends when you cast as to who, so you can't kind of necessarily target the right people. Now the fun part of the game is the fact that you have a character, and your character is one of a load of cards. So there's Pista, which is the pissed wizard, who's just got a massive beer on his back. There's Faye Tinklebottom, who's a little kind of fairy pufter kind of character. There's Jung Jung. There's loads of different characters, but you have to cast your spell in the voice that you've chosen for your character.
Of course.
If you don't cast it the right way, or if you miscast by not saying your spell the right way. So, for example, if you don't have a 3 spell, you have to improvise part of it. So if you don't have the middle, that's usually an adjective. You have to add an adjective into it. If you don't have the beginning, it's usually like a name of the spell. So you have to say Faye Tinklebottom's mysterious ball of acid or whatever it is for it. But if you miscast, then everyone gets to decide what the punishment was. Now, we started drinking while playing this game. So it got pretty ugly, because it became, okay, whenever you miscast or you do something wrong, you do a Jaeger bomb or a Jaeger shot. And obviously, the more Jaeger shots you do, the more you fuck up. So my character was Krasta, the Bloodomancer.
I love it.
It was a lot of fun. I haven't laughed that much playing the game in a while, and I lost my shit at one point because I died round 2, like pretty much the second card that came out. Like I just got blasted by everything, and then the game went for ages. So I had like 10 dead wizard cards, and so I was for the next round I was almighty powerful, starting with 25 health, loads of treasures, and all this stuff. And literally the same thing happened again. Everything just pretty much focused on me, and I died. And I was like, "This is fucked. This is fucked." And then I managed to do. So you have like certain bits that. So you can have wild magic happen. Wild magic is it's like a random card. So if you don't have something for it, you can put it in there, and you draw from the deck until you get something that works with it. And I managed to combine some stuff that when you use a wild magic card, means that you can add something else to it. And the beginning one was that you copy the text of your middle card, which technically was this, and pretty much my spell became like a 9-part spell, and I blew everyone up, including myself, and we just all died.
Best way to finish a game, everyone dies.
Well, there was a part where my brother, so the earlier games, my brother was going, Mike, either we kill each other, or it's 50-50 for one like thing of like who would win. But if Chris wins, because he's already got one, 33. It was like everyone was about to die. It was like if he wins the game. And I was like, we're not going to play that way. And like so, I pretty much did an explosion spell that I didn't realise would actually heal someone. So it heals the person that didn't want to heal it. But the last part was draw a random card, and it pretty much killed everyone in one blast. Which was... No, it's really good. It's a game.
What's the name of the game again? Just for the people
Epic Spell Wars.
There we go. Ah, awesome.
There's a few different like versions of it. We had the Battle of some mountain, I think it was. I don't know. I also got their Munchkin for Christmas. So at some point we're gonna have a game.
Munchkin.
Munchkin's awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Cool.
Apart from with myself.
Oh!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So,
You ever going to get back into the NFL things?
Can't do it, man. Can't do it. If I do it, I might do it next season, but on one condition: I don't play the Ultimate Team.
yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. 'Cause you spend too much money on it.
Yeah, I could do it if I just played ranked. The thing is with like the UFC one, it's similar, but because there's no trading system really, and there's no sort of, you can kind of build your character around what you want. There's not always going to be, even if there's like a move that comes out that's sick, it's still not necessarily going to be completely outclassing everything else. Whereas in that game, you could get a running back that's a 99, and you'll win games just purely by having that card because he's just so overpowered.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This year's been a bit weird. I haven't really even watched much NFL. My team's been doing shit, so I've Super Bowl's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I've watched none of the championship games. But I just can't do it to myself. It's stressful, that game. And also, I don't really have the time because one game is like 45 minutes usually at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, well, not necessarily 45 minutes, but usually it adds up over time. Whereas
it's like Hearthstone. Sometimes Hearthstone you can have like a quick 5-minute game, and other games go on for half an hour easily.
Well, yeah. But I mean, the good thing about Hearthstone is it's kind of like it's also portable, so I can play that like randomly. I'm on the park and ride or something and waiting to go into work. I can have a quick game on the way, and if I have to get off the bus, it's not like I haven't got 4G or whatever. So, but whereas UFC I pretty much know I'm not going to have more than a 15-20 minute fight at the longest. So I can kind of go and say, right, I'll have an hour and I'll get a few games out of it, sort of thing. Yeah, that's about it from me.
I'm having this is like it's getting a bit difficult now.
You get fucked up, boy.
Yeah. How are you finding it?
Fucked up, boy.
No, it's fine. I could play this game. I honestly think I could. It's not that hard really.
No point shoot. The controls for PC are very intuitive.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty much the same controls as every other game ever.
Yeah, it really is. Oh shit.
So it's quite easy to get around and shoot things, and changing the controls if you need to. It's quite easy to do.
Yeah, no, it looks like it as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as standard at first, and then I might optimize later.
I am going to go and get an alcoholic beverage.
All right, cool.
Alcoholic beverage.
Well, I mean, while he's away,
are you doing the missions, or are you just running around?
I'm doing missions. I'm on the Sniper Ridge assault at the moment. I'm sabotaging ammo cache.
Yeah, it's nice. The ramping of difficulty is quite gentle. The way you explore is it sort of gives you the quest in that particular area, and so you do all that, and then it sort of then slowly moves you to the next area, and then when you realise you have quite a far way to go, it gives you a vehicle. Nice.
That's weird.
I might die now.
No, I didn't destroy the last crate. There was 3 crates that I had to sabotage, and now a guy's just sort of come out. But I didn't finish off the last thing, so it just let me have it.
If you are on the same quest as someone else, and someone else comes along, then they can do quests for you.
Which
is nice.
That might be what it was then, because that really confused me right then.
Yeah, because even if you don't do the bit of the quest, you still get the quest rewards.
Okay. Yeah, I can see another player here now, actually.
Have you done any of the side mission things?
I've literally just been following whatever mission's been in front of me every time so far. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I just completed it, but I didn't actually do anything right then. So thanks, whoever the other player was.
Yeah, that's really great. If you get to a bit where it's just really high level stuff, you got the quest to do, and you're just like, oh god, I can't really face running around doing it all. And if there's someone else doing it, then you can just stand there and watch the quest being done.
So, I mean, this game's free to play.
Yes.
How does paying for things work? Did you have any idea, or?
Yep. If you want to increase your inventory slots, if you want to buy the shiny, powerful guns, generally, if you want some of the better items, then you have to spend the money.
As in, you spend the money on literally buying the items, or what? How does it work?
Yeah. Yes, you spend money on items.
I don't really like that, paying for items. I'd rather it pay for some content to unlock, if you know what I mean, so that I can go and
the items that you're buying is basically the currency to get bigger and better weapons. You don't have to spend everything that you can potentially buy and get in game.
Oh, okay. So it's just to sort of speed up the process as such. It's not like you buy a weapon that is unavailable to no one kind of thing unless you buy it, if you know, via real money, because that would.
Yeah, the only things that you spend the real money on that are only available to real money is things like skins and vehicles.
Okay. Right, what's this here? It looks like a side quest, maybe. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, you're out there. I'm just going for a little jaunt. For a little wander.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I mean, what else can you tell me about this game, man? That we haven't really spoken about.
As all good RPG style type games, you can get massively sidetracked with all the little side things to do. Because you'll be driving along and it's like, help rescue this person, or save the villagers, or defeat these things, or whatever. And so you're like, okay, I'll just do that. And you drive along, and then there's another one, and then there's another one. And before you know it, 3 hours have passed, and that main quest that you really wanted to do just hasn't happened because you've been too busy doing the side stuff.
No.
But it's all good because it all counts towards leveling up, and you can get some nice weapons and items and things.
Oh, right. Okay.
Obviously, there's Arc Falls, which are big events that generally pull all the players to the yard. That's where you get all your really big items from, but then there's obviously where you face some of the more powerful creatures.
Okay.
Something that you need to be careful of is when lots of players get together, the difficulty of the game automatically ramps up. So if you are something that's like nice and simple, and then a high level player comes in, then all the enemies suddenly level up to match the high level player, which is bad if you're low level, but it's also good if you're, say, high level and you want to go back to do some of the earlier stuff. Then you suddenly find that the enemies are not quite such as a pushover that you thought they were once were.
How do I? Okay.
Plenty of secret things to find in the game. Lots of secret shops, secret items, secret locations. Keeps you busy.
That's cool. Oh yeah, no. Like I said, I think I could play this game. I think I could, get on with it. Seems alright. Is there any like big like?
Oh, sorry, what?
Is there any like raid kind of things?
Yes, there are dungeons. There are raids.
Awesome.
They are all sort of end game stuff.
That's cool. I like that kind of thing.
There's bosses.
Awesome.
Actual boss fights, which are fun yet annoying, depending on the sort of boss that you're facing.
Oh, I didn't realise I had a vehicle.
Yeah, once you've finished a few missions, you get a vehicle.
Yeah, no, I saw it pop up saying I could call my vehicle, and I was like, oh, here we go.
I am awesome. A little sad though that I can't use my character on Xbox and play it on a PC.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. It's sort of different servers, really.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's with most games, because it's just the way. Like with PC, you can patch as much as you want, really. But on Xbox, I think there's a charge for it as such on the developer side when they do an update.
I think it's also for the fact that you can't swap your character over, hack it to buggery, get loads and loads of stuff for it, and then drop back on the Xbox and go, I win!
But surely it's all server-based.
You'd think, but, these pesky people. Who knows what they're up to.
Oh, fucking hell, hello. Jesus, alright, calm down, mate. Fuck off.
Oh, you found a nest. Nests are bad.
Yeah, boy. That's right. Killed you. Don't mess with me.
I've now got to a point on the map that if I come across any enemies, it will probably kill me very quickly.
Right, we need a...
I do like the music in the game.
I'm not really listening to music at the moment on the game.
The general background music is very calm and relaxing, and nothing bad will ever happen. You are safe here.
Do I need to kill those guys? It looks like.
Oh, okay. If I kill this, do I get ridiculous amounts of security? No.
So, is my level right now level 34 and yours is 24?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was the leveling. So, do you start off as 20 then?
Start off as 10.
Oh, 10. Okay, sorry. I only saw it at 20. That's when I was paying attention.
It's a gear score.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Light level.
Welcome back. Yeah, so the maximum you can get is 6,000.
What, gear score?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
God, that's ridiculous.
That's good gear.
Yep.
Anyway, let's get on to some things that we can going on in the world.
News.
Now, AGDQ, if for those that don't know, Awesome Games Done Quick, this speedrunning kind of event, was last week. And my God, it was fucking incredible. I'm not sure if any of you got a chance to watch any at all.
I do try to watch it when it's on, but last week I was dead. So.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Honestly, it was once again they did not disappoint. They did a fucking stellar job with putting everything together, and that kind of showed in the amount of money they made as well. Now, like on Saturday, I remember like watching it. I mean, obviously, I was watching it because it started last Sunday. And it finished on sort of it was like early hours of Sunday morning, just the day before, and like I said, I was watching it on Saturday and I saw them like their counter like clicked to a mil and was like, that's pretty cool. They've done a mil before. And then on the Sunday after, when I was sort of like, I was like, yeah, you know what? When I get up in the morning, I'll have a look at, how much it got to. It got to $2.2 million, right, kind of thing.
That's impressive.
How incredible is that? So they
amazing.
fucking did a mil in a day, pretty much as well. So in other words, it was a mil for the rest of the week. And then in that last day, they really ramped it up. Now, I think it had something to do with, like, they had the massive, like, towards the end when they were doing Dark Souls 3, they had, like, some kind of sponsorship from, is it Bandai Namco, or is it Namco Bandai? I can't remember the fucking...
One of them.
I can't remember the way it goes. It's one way around or whatever.
I think it's Bandai Namco.
They were sponsoring the event, and they did like a ridiculous like prize bundle, where it had like this. There was like a jacket there. I couldn't tell you what game it was from, unfortunately, but apparently it was one of 10 in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, so like that was in this big prize bundle. That there was like a PS4 Pro, fucking just so much shit. They were just like piling it on, and like you just saw you had to like sort of I think you had to kind of donate over like $125 or something like that. And yeah, it was flying up at that point when that prize bundle came out.
I can imagine. How much did it go for in the end?
Well, wasn't a bid or anything. It's not like that. It's just that it's a if you donate 125, then you're in with a chance to be able to
win a prize draw.
Okay,
that
yeah,
kind of thing.
That makes sense.
But I mean, yeah, there was some plenty of good runs. There was Final Fantasy, as a big favourite of mine as always. Big Mario blocks, Sonic blocks, Metroid blocks, Castlevania blocks. It was just so many decent speed runs, breaking all your favourite games that you were playing as a kid. It was just incredible to watch. We've got Summer Games Done Quick, happening sort of later on in the year, and I encourage people to watch it like mad, because it is a really cool event. They all seem, like a proper like tight-knit community. And the fact that they're raising that kind of money for Prevent Cancer Foundation is just incredible.
Oh yeah, it's a very good cause.
I think you probably still can donate some money, so maybe throw it over to Prevent Cancer Foundation, or maybe just go to the Games Done Quick website and see if you can still donate with them, because it was such a worthy cause last week. But moving on from AGDQ, obviously we had some other big things drop last week as well. We had a conference from the mighty Nintendo to show off more of the Switch. And
Switch!
I must admit, I'm still pretty pumped for this game. I had an amazing argument with people on Facebook the other day, which was awesome, just debating on why it doesn't have an Ethernet port.
Why doesn't it not have an Ethernet port?
Well, my theory is on this is that, I mean, it's a hybrid device at the end of the day. So, like, you're meant to be, taking it off the dock, walking it around and everything like that. Like, I'm sort of thinking, let's just say if you are playing a game and you then suddenly drop it on the dock, let's just say if you're playing online, for example, surely it would have to then change over from wireless to the Ethernet device, and that would cause, an interruption in your connection. So I was sort of thinking, well, maybe they've kind of gone on that route because of the fact that they're promoting it more as a portable console that you can kind of, put in the dock to go on your TV as well. But like, you know, a lot of people are getting a bit butthurt about it as well, just sort of going, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever because of that, blah 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 blah. And the other annoying thing that people have been kind of sort of screaming about as well is the fact of that it's you're going to have to pay for online play now. But like, my argument there, once again, I go, well, the other devices have been doing that for a fucking age anyway, so they're just catching up with their competitors. You know, at the end of the day, it's an online service, and it's going to be better because of the fact that it's going to be a paid service. Because, you know, the PS4 service, you know, is really good, you know, paying for it and everything. Xbox, you know, the Xbox One service, I'm assuming, is pretty good as well, because I remember back in the day of the Xbox 360 paying for it and being like, yeah, this is great. Because I remember back in the PS3 days when we weren't paying for it, and the fucking online was bollocks. And like, literally, it was the worst online experience that I had on the PS3. But then, you know, you get into PS4, and it's so much better. You know, once again, it's a paid kind of system. So, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a bad move by Nintendo. Apparently, you are going to have to be paying for Street Passes now on the 3DS as well, which people are kind of a bit pissed off with. Which, you know, I can understand on that kind of level. I'm just trying to think of what else there necessarily is. I mean, we saw some launch titles. We found out that Zelda is definitely going to be a launch title. Which it is looking absolutely stunning as well.
Tasty.
There's a few launch titles. It's mainly sort of, I know it's kind of like EA kind of stuff. So there's like, you know, NBA football, you know, that kind of jazz. What else have we got there as well? I'm just trying to think. You know what, I'm gonna have to bring up the games. Let's have a look.
I have them here.
Oh, have you? Oh, amazing. Tell me, please.
Okay, so first off the bat, it's shockingly enough a party game, 1-2 Switch, filled with all sorts of fun party-style WarioWare games, I'm assuming. The fact that it's dated for March of this year looks like it's probably going to be a launch title of some description.
Oh, well, they've actually said what the launch titles are going to be so far. So there should be a list of the launch titles that we know of so far.
Hold on.
We did see like a new Mario game that looks fucking weird as fuck. Because it's sort of like, it's in, like, they've set the world as such as, like, you know, it kind of looks like, you know, the real world as such. But you've still like this little cartoon Mario, and it just sort of seems a bit weird going around of like, I think it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like New York kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might not be New York. I can't remember, but it's just like a city as such that you're walking around, which I thought was a bit odd. I'm not too sure about that game. I don't think that there is amazing launch titles right now, but I think Zelda is definitely going to do a good push.
Zelda one, definitely. The 1-2 Switch party game is a launch title.
Mm-hmm.
Just Dance 2017.
Oh, there's Steep as well for Ubisoft. I remember that one.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to how many people are actually going to break the console on launch day because they're trying to dance on it using the dance pad. Skylanders, Super Bomberman R. I'm loving the fact that there's a Bomberman game for it.
It's gonna have full amiibo support as well, so you don't need to necessarily like buy new amiibos or anything like that as well.
They've got the Binding of Isaac. It's going to be on there.
Oh, cool.
Yep. You've got your Dragon Quests. You've even got your Elder Scrolls. The Skyrim is going to be on there. For all your simulator fans, Farming Simulator 18 will be coming out on it. As of yet, an untitled FIFA game will be coming out. Probably FIFA 2017. The Lego game, Mario game, obviously. Minecraft.
Skyrim
obviously.
As well, now thinking about it.
I did just say that. Elder Scrolls
did
Skyrim.
you? Sorry, I completely missed it. I'm playing a game at the same time. I apologise.
Bizarrely, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom and Wonder Boy coming out. Effectively, it's the same character. So, yeah. Street Fighter, Ultra Street Fighter 2: The Final Challenges for its full title. And then your usual Nintendo nonsense. So Xenoblade's going to be on there. Stevie said Splatoon 2 is going to be there.
Oh yeah, and now the thing is with Splatoon was very much reliable on, if I remember, like motion controls as well, kind of thing. So I'll be interested to see how they kind of do that on this.
A Pokemon game. Don't know which one, but there will be a Pokemon game.
Not for launch though, I don't think, is it?
No, there's even to be it has no information on it whatsoever.
It's because
Sonic?
basically what it was is that if I remember rightly, is it Niantic that make it?
Game Freak.
Oh, Game Freak. No, sorry, Niantic was Pokemon Go. That's why I was getting them confused. They did kind of hint that they want to do one, so that's why it's probably there. They haven't ruled it out at all to make a Pokemon game for the Switch, and I think it's a good move as well.
Indeed. Yeah. What you're thinking of weird Mario game is Super Mario Odyssey.
I think that's it. I think that's what it is, and it just looks really
platform action adventure thing. It's a freeform open world level design previously featured in Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. The game features several levels inspired by real world locations such as New Donk City, inspired by New York City, and it doesn't really say any others. But yeah, there we go. Another Mario platformer game. Who'd have thought it?
I know, right? But the problem is, once again, is that Nintendo have kind of done their normal thing. They're using the same IPs. There isn't really that much new there. I mean, obviously there is some third-party developers that are saying that they're kind of supporting it, but we haven't really seen too much on that. It is going to be running it can run the Unreal 4 engine on the device, which is really good. But
which is why we're seeing Skyrim on it.
Yeah, but it is using, God, what is it? It's the NVIDIA. No, it's not NVIDIA. I can't remember the fucking card. It's the Tegra, isn't it? No, it's not the Tegra. Ah, fuck. I can't remember
Hold on. You want the stats?
Yeah,
it is the NVIDIA Tegra family of
products.
Oh,
it is a Tegra. Okay, I was right. Now, the thing is the other thing that people are getting a bit annoyed about as well is that the fact that when it comes off the dock, it's using less power from the processor just to be able to save on battery life, and it does sort of go right down on that kind of level as well. But that makes sense because they want to save battery life as it's going about. But a lot of people are going, and I'm just like, nah, it makes sense. You've got to understand that. But
I want to get fucking hot.
Compromise.
Yeah, exactly. It would. It'd be running far too hot. The battery life would be next to non-existent, kind of thing. So it's just sort of like, nah, it doesn't quite make sense to me. I'm just trying to think what else is going on with it now. I mean, obviously it's coming out in March, but we already knew that. I think I'm going to be picking one up because I just like the fact that I'm going to be able to take it about with me. I can pull off those those side controllers, sit it down on a table, and sit there and play a game. I could even then pass that controller over to a friend. And me and them, we could play multiplayer, right there in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I think that's great because of the fact that it's bringing back that kind of local multiplayer kind of thing that we've been missing for quite a while.
Absolutely. Yeah. They are selling out like crazy though. Considering the price of them, it's quite cheap for a launch.
But that's $280 in our region kind of thing. Yeah. But that's no game with that. You have to buy a game on top of that as well.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. It does end up being. But it does add up. And let's just say if you want it, because there's a special controller that you can buy as well. That I think costs like 40 quid, 50 quid as well. So it's just sort of like it does all add up quite quickly.
No doubt. I like the fact that it's gone back to cartridges.
Yeah, I know. I'm down with that as well, man.
There's nothing quite feels that feeling of the chunk chink as you push in a cartridge.
That's the technical term.
It is the technical term, chunk chink. Awesome. What else is happening in the world of news? Newsy news.
I haven't even put anything else there. That is all I put in there because I saw that as the most important kind of stuff that had kind of happened while we're
Who cares about the rest of the news? Let's see if there is anything. Gaming news.
I'm going to exit the game now as well.
There is an article. Why Switch doesn't include any bundled games? I'm sure it's a money reason.
But
no, no, everything else is fairly normal. The world is at peace. No need to worry about anything. There's some events coming up soon in various far-flung places of the world where we get to see various games.
Well, I've now quit the game. I've come out of Defiance, and I'm going to say, Dave, I think we should play this again another time, man. I think we should just sort of, once I kind of sort my shit out, we can kind of get back on that. And actually, now thinking about that, I should sort of say about that. This is the last podcast for a little bit now, probably until February sometime, probably end of Feb maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've got to kind of sort my shit out and. I've got to kind of move houses and all that kind of jazz. So,
kind of like what I was doing, but it's not as far.
yeah, exactly. So I've got to sort out all of that kind of jazz. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll be back. We'll be continuing, casting as usual, playing some more games and all that kind of jazz.
I will be putting Hearthstone videos up. I may even put other videos up.
Do it.
Stay tuned. In the interim, in the meantime, just to tie people over of Game Over Here stuff, so they don't feel so left out.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, yeah, we definitely need to get some more video content out there. I need to get some more video content out at some point. And well, like I said, once I got my shit sorted, we'll get this show back on the roads.
And we know really holding us back.
Yeah, man.
World domination.
For sure, we're going to take over
in
the
our
world.
grasp. Absolutely.
Right then, well, I think it's probably about time we wrap up this cast. We've been going for an hour now, so if you'd like to take part in this conversation, you can either post on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/GameOverYear.
You can tweet us using @GoVyear, or you can follow us on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/GoVyear.
You can do something else, and I don't have it in front of me, so I can't remember what it is, as usual.
Subscribe on YouTube.
That's where you should go.
Yep.
Just testing them.
It's youtube.com/user/GameOverYearUK. And you can also drop us an email. What's the email address? Can you remember it, Mike?
It's contact@gameoveryear.net.
You got it.
Many points.
And where's the most important place?
Oh, it's our website, which is gameoveryear.net. Thank you for joining us. And until next time,
Game Over Year.
Goodbye, guys.
Farewell.